My hands were frozen, not cold, frozen. I tried to open my fingers, and they just wouldn't respond. Snow was hitting my face. Rain was cutting across sideways. The wind was loud enough to silence thoughts. And in that exact moment, I remembered something very important. I had forgotten my gloves. This wasn't a cinematic slow-motion adventure moment. This was real. And this was the highest mountain in the United Kingdom. But to understand how I got here, we need to go back. It started at 5 a.m. It feels like the world hasn't fully loaded yet. Half the people are walking around like they're still buffering. The other half are aggressively loyal to coffee. And somehow, the Guinness pub is already full. I'm standing there thinking, either these people are finishing their night or starting it very, very strongly. Right next to it is an Irish souvenir shop. I'm flying to Scotland, and Ireland is already marketing to me. Travel logic is undefeated. Then comes the boarding call. That tiny spark of excitement hits. Hi, I'm Barath, trader by profession, explorer by passion. We land in Glasgow at night. Rain welcomes us. Of course it does. If Scotland had a personality type, it would be calm, quiet, slightly dramatic. The green airport bus rolls into the city, streetlights reflecting off wet roads, buildings glowing softly in the dark. No chaos, no noise, just presence. Glasgow doesn't try to impress you loudly. It just exists with confidence. And somehow, that's more powerful. The train ride is long, 4 to 5 hours, but Scotland has a way of making time irrelevant. Outside the window, rolling green landscapes stretch endlessly. Water reflects grey skies. Windmills turn slowly, like they're thinking. At some point, I pull out my book, the Options Playbook. Yes, I brought an options trading book on a mountain trip. Trader mind, explorer heart, balance. Then something flashes past the window. A red telephone booth, not functioning, just standing there like a retired legend. And then I see them. White peaks in the distance, snow-covered mountains. Still, silent, waiting. That's when excitement turns into awareness. Tomorrow, we climb. Fort William feels like a town built around one idea: climb. Everything here points toward the mountain. We enter a gear shop. and suddenly this feels serious. Heavy-duty boots, snow crampons, ice axes, hiking poles. The instructor demonstrates how to fit crampons. Metal spikes gripping into the boot soles. That metallic click sound, that's commitment. I try to act confident, even throw in a playful superhero moment in the snack aisle. But deep inside, I know the mountain doesn't care about jokes. That night, we walk toward the base in the dark. Just phone flashlights lighting the path. The mountain is invisible, but you feel it. There's something humbling about not seeing the full challenge ahead. Then the sign appears. Ben Nevis, 1,345 meters, the highest mountain in the UK. Tomorrow we step onto that path. Morning arrives, sheep casually grazing nearby, probably wondering why humans do this voluntarily. The first phase is stone steps, rhythmic, steady, controlled. Then the rain begins. And that's when I realize I forgot my gloves. Out of all things, gloves. Then survival mode kicks in. Plastic carry bag. Slide my hand inside. Tighten it around the wrist. Problem temporarily solved. But forward is the only direction. We stop briefly at a bench. Quick snack. I send the drone up. From above, the mountain looks peaceful, calm, majestic. But on the ground, the temperature drops, the wind sharpens, waterfalls appear along the path. Ben Nevis isn't just tall, it's ancient. Once an active volcano millions of years ago. Now it just stands there, quietly testing people. We reach a frozen lake, solid ice, complete stillness. In summer, maybe you sit there peacefully. In winter, it feels like another planet. That's when we put on the crampons. And once those metal spikes dig into snow, everything changes. This is no longer hiking. This is controlled climbing. Then the snow begins, soft at first, then heavier. The wind grows, louder. Visibility starts dropping. And suddenly, everything disappears. White, gray, nothing else. I send the drone up for a cinematic shot. It flies into the mist and vanishes. For a few seconds, even the sky is gone. Standing there, I couldn't feel my fingers anymore. Rain and snow together, my legs growing heavier with every step, every movement requiring focus. This is the moment the adventure becomes real. Luckily, we had a map. Without it, direction would have been guesswork in a white void. No ego, no rushing, just step by step. Slow progress, breath by breath. After hours of pushing, we made it. The summit of Ben Nevis. No dramatic cheering, just silent relief. Wind still strong, visibility still low. We stayed about 15 minutes, just enough to say, we did it. Sometimes achievement isn't loud. Sometimes it's quiet. The descent was magical. Snow behind us, green mountains ahead, drone pulls back. This shot, one of my favorites ever. Pause. Sometimes you plan a trip. Sometimes the trip tests you. I forgot my gloves, but I found something better. Resilience. Fade out. If this adventure moved you, subscribe.